Hello all. So today we are going to study tuples in Python. Just like list, a tuple is also used to store collections of data. As you can see here, a tuple contains multiple items or elements separated by commas and enclosed within round brackets, and it is denoted by a single variable. Just like list, the elements in a tuple are ordered. However, the elements in a tuple are immutable. They cannot be changed. Now, one of the most important questions in Viva is the difference between tuple and list. The common difference is that both of them have values which are separated by comma, but in a list we have the square brackets and in tuple we have round brackets. Now the lesser known fact is that in a tuple the round brackets are optional, whereas in a list the square brackets are mandatory. Tuple is immutable, the contents cannot be changed, whereas in the case of a list, the contents can be changed and a list is mutable. How can you create a tuple? You can create an empty tuple by just giving the round brackets. And if you want to create a tuple containing just one element, you can just give the element and the comma within round brackets. The comma is mandatory. If suppose I do not give the comma and I just gave the value and surrounded it with the round brackets, this will be taken as an integer. As you can see here, I have taken T3 is equal to 45 within round brackets, and then if I type T3, give type 33, this will give me the class as int. So T3 or 45 is taken as an integer. Similarly, if I gave a string without the comma in round brackets, this is taken as a string type data. So the comma is mandatory. Here I have tried to give a tuple without the round brackets. So if you type T5, this will give you a tuple and it has been displayed as a tuple also. So the brackets, the round brackets are optional, but the comma is mandatory. You can also create a very long tuple. Just keep on giving the elements, and once you reach the end of the line, just press enter and go to the next line and keep giving the elements. So assigning values to a tuple is very easy. We can also have a nested tuple. A nested tuple is nothing but a tuple inside another tuple. So if you see here, this is a nested tuple, that is tuple inside another tuple. So if I give what is the type of tup2, Python gives me that this is also a tuple. I can also create a tuple using slicing like we have in the case of lists. So if I take a tuple tup1 as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and I take tup2 as tup1 and slice 3 is to 5. So the starting point is 3. So this will be 40. 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is 40. This will go up till 60 because 60 is index position 5, but the last index position is never included. So only 40 and 50 will be included in tup2. So now if you give print tup2, so the two elements are printed. Now let us look at the immutable nature of a tuple. Once I give the contents of a tuple, it is not possible to change them. So here I tried changing them and I gave the index value as 2. So this should change the number 5 to 15, but since it is a tuple I got an error, and Python tells me that tuple object does not support item assignment, so this is not allowed. What I can do is I can change the entire tuple. So I change this tuple of numbers with a tuple of strings, and that is also T1. So if I give a print T1, this gives me the new value. The only difference is this tuple and the previous tuple are two different tuples for Python. If you see here, I have given the ID of T1. So it is stored in memory area this, and the new tuple T1 is stored in memory area this. So if you see, both of them are different memory locations. So Python creates a new tuple and then names it T1. How can you change the values of a tuple if the tuple contains a mutable item? So here I've taken a tuple having a list. Now we all know that list is mutable. So if I have a list inside a tuple, I can change the values or contents of the list. So how do I do that? I can just provide the index position and then I can change the value. So if I have a tuple like this, T1, so T1 is like this, and I want to change T of 1 and then index position 2. So T of 1 is this, which contains the three elements 10, 12, and 14. And I want to change the index position 2, that is this position. So this is how I can access the nested tuple, and then I give the index value of the element that I want to change. So I want to change it from 14 to 90. So once I execute this statement and I print T1, so you can see here the value has now changed. So if a tuple contains a list, and since list is mutable, I can change the contents of the list inside the tuple. Now, like list, we also have tuple concatenation and tuple replication. They work the same way as in the case of a list. I can join two tuples by using the plus operator. And so I have two tuples here, tup3 which contains red, blue and green, and tup4 which contains 1, 2, 3 and magenta. So when I join them together using the plus operator, I get a new tuple. So this tup5 is also of the type tuple. Replication is used using the star operator. So if I want to display the contents of tuple 4 thrice, so I can just give multiplied by 3 and the contents of tup4 will be displayed thrice. Now, how do we create a tuple from the values or numbers entered by the user? So I create an empty tuple using either the empty round brackets, or I can use the function tuple. Both these statements will give me an empty tuple. Now, I accept the value from the user. I am accepting the number of elements and I am running the for loop from 0 till n. So I'm going to accept those many number of elements. So then I'm accepting the number and then I keep on adding to the tuple by using tuple concatenation, which is also called tuple extending. Okay, so I keep adding the element, and if you see here, I have given a comma. So I have denoted a as a tuple and then I am adding it or concatenating it to the existing tuple. So in a way, I am actually using concatenation to accept numbers from the user and then keep on adding them to an existing tuple. If you see the output here, I accepted 5 elements from the user and I kept on adding them to the tuple, and in the end when I give print t, the tuple is printed. This is a roundabout way of creating a tuple, but you can use this. We have tuple functions which work the same way as they do in a list. So let's see how each of them work. So the len function returns the number of elements in a tuple. This is very simple to use. Just give the tuple and then give len of t1. So this will give you the number of elements that are present in the tuple. The max function returns the maximum value in a tuple. So here I have a tuple containing numbers. So this gives me the maximum value or the maximum element in the tuple. So this is 678. So here I took another example where I have a tuple of strings. So if you see here, I have two strings with Z. So both z are equal. So it is now going to compare the second element, that is a with u, and u of course has a higher ASCII value. So the maximum value that was printed was Zulu. Similarly, I have the min function which returns the minimum value in a tuple. So if I take the previous example only and I say min of T2, so T2 is this tuple of numbers, so it gave the minimum value which was 23. And if I say min of T3, T3 was this tuple of strings, so this gave me the minimum value Alok. Again, this is going to check corresponding value. So a is equal to a, then it's going to check the second value n and l. L has a lower ASCII value, so that is why it displayed Alok. Index will return the index of an existing element in a tuple. So if I give tup1 and this is the tuple and I give index of 4. So 4 is existing. So it gave me the index value 2. In case the element is not present in the tuple. So if I give tup1 dot index 7, 7 is not present in the tuple. So I do not get any answer. I get an error message indicating that X is not in the tuple. Count will give you the number of times the element is present in the tuple. So if you see here, I gave tup2.count cat, and cat is occurring thrice in this tuple. So it gave me 3. Again, if I want to check any element which is not there in the tuple, so this gives 0 since this element is not occurring even once in the tuple. Now, if I want to sort the elements in a tuple, as we know that a tuple is immutable. So it is not possible to use the sort function as we do in the case of list. We have another function here called sorted. Sorted will sort the elements or arrange the elements of a tuple in ascending or descending order and then return a list. So it is going to sort the elements in ascending order. In this case, I've given sorted tup3 and return them as a list. Please remember a tuple is immutable. So it has arranged the elements in a list which is mutable by nature. If I want to arrange them in descending order, I can use the reverse argument. So I've given sorted tup3 and reverse is equal to true. So this has arranged the elements in descending order. So I hope this video gives you a basic knowledge of tuple. That will be all. Thank you.